Play the clip.
I remember going over convincing our team, or others, to convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from
Pay attention, sir,
Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, I'm not going to, or we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
Mr. Attorney General, what you just saw there was Joe Biden in his arrogance and role as the vice president in this country saying if you don't fire Shokin, the United States isn't given the $1 billion loan. Why would Joe Biden say that as the vice president? Why would he say such a thing? Was it policy? Was it our policy at the time? Yes or no? It wasn't. I have documents here. Interagency Policy Committee dated October 15th.
Point of information, is the gentleman ever going to let the gentleman
I'm on my
answer question?
time, pipe down. Saying Shokin had made significant reforms.
Texas.
He's made significant reforms. Shokin did. Matter of fact, John Kerry says he was impressive. And you know, within a few months after Shokin was fired, they appoint a prosecutor that said, we're not going to look into Burisma anymore. Cancel that. Forget it. We're not looking into Burisma. Boom. Here comes the $1 million. Joe Biden threatened the Ukrainian president and the prime minister. Everybody can see it, to fire Shokin, or the United States won't give the $1 billion. If that is not quid pro quo, sir, what is? I will tell you what it is, and America agrees with me. It's bribery, and it's impeachable. Are you going to do something about it? I bet you're not, and that's why you, sir, also need to be impeached. I yield back.
Can you take a deep breath, slow down for me, and tell me what's going on with you? Does it feel like you had the heart attack you had?
I'm sick.
All right, well, you're in good hands now. There's no reason to be scared, sweetheart. We did EKG. It is perfect. So it's not your heart.
I know.
We're going to give you a little medicine to calm you down, okay? We're going to help you out.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. Public flogging may be illegal in our modern times, but trust me, it still exists. On Capitol Hill, Merrick Garland was dragged before the Judiciary Committee and got an absolute whooping and pistol whipping. By that, Troy Nehls, who is one of our favorite members of Congress, had a round of applause erupt in the room. That normally doesn't happen when asking about the Biden crimes. Of course, Joe Biden is on tape committing crimes. Joe Biden literally committed a bribery and treason charge by forcing and manipulating Ukrainian politics in order to get cash for his son. This is obviously detailed on an FD 1023 from the FBI, and this is the impeachment article of bribery against Joe Biden. So Merrick Garland had nothing to say there. You could see in his twisted, warped reaction that he just doesn't want to answer the question. But the questions remain. Senator Kennedy scolds Merrick Garland for insulting testimony. The American people are not stupid. Now, let me tell you what I know about Washington, D.C., having lived there for quite a long time. All that people care about are the headlines that get put out. I mean, I had buddies who were federal prosecutors. Like, they would legitimately go into cases and just be like, how do we make this go away? How do we make this disappear? How do we create like a good headline out of this? We essentially need to manipulate the public and create a good headline so it looks like we're doing something. They really, really care about public image. They really care about public perception. And so this has got to be an absolute horror show for Merrick Garland from yesterday. Kennedy scolds Merrick Garland for insulting testimony. Heated moments, says CBS News. You scroll on down here. Garland fumes in exchange over religious discrimination. You don't want to see these kind of headlines. Facing questions on Hunter Biden, Trump trials from the Washington Post. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland tells Republicans defunding the FBI would be catastrophic. Please don't do it. Republicans clash. You don't want these kind of headlines. fuming, angry, insulting. Yeah, this guy got just absolutely kicked right in the nuts. And you even heard his voice crack once. He was kicked so hard by Jeff Van Drew, a guy who used to be a Democrat, switched parties from New Jersey, a Republican now, member of Congress, who went in hard on Merrick Garland over his attacks on religious liberties. We'll remind you that Merrick Garland and his FBI spied on Christians, saw Christians as extremists, and then put agents inside of Christian churches in order to spy on religious peoples violating clearly their First Amendment rights. Listen to Merrick Garland turn into a cortisol, estrogen-filled, postmenopausal bag of weepy moss inside of the testimony chair when asked about this. Really a pathetic showing yesterday. Check it out.
Attorney General, through the chair, I ask you, do you agree that traditional Catholics are violent extremists?
I have no idea what the traditional means here.
Catholics, that go to church.
May I answer your question?
Yes
or no?
The
idea that someone with my family background would discriminate against any religion is so outrageous, so absurd.
Mr. Attorney General, it was your FBI that did this. It was your FBI that was sending, and we have the memos, we have the emails, we're sending undercover agents into Catholic churches.
Both I and the director of the FBI have said that we were appalled. Have said that we were appalled by that memo.
So then you agree that they're not extremists?
We were appalled by that memo.
Are they extremists or not, Attorney General?
I think that...
Are they extremists or not, Attorney General?
Everything in that memo is
Are they
appalling.
extremists or not? I'm asking a simple question. Say no if you think that was wrong.
Catholics are not extremists. No.
Was anyone fired for drafting and circulating the anti-Catholic memo?
You have in front of you the inspection division's investigation.
Just tell me yes or no, please.
I don't know.
We have no time.
I don't know the answer to that. There's
okay. Do you agree that parents attending school board meetings should be categorized? Should parents that go to school board meetings and are very vocal about their kids' education, should they be classified as domestic terrorists?
Of course not. And my memo made clear that vigorous objections to policies in schools are protected
so it's no.
by the First Amendment.
The president this week accused you, not the president himself, his staff, and it was in the Wall Street Journal, and it was leaked out, of mismanaging the Hunter Biden probe. Do you agree? Yes or no? It was in the Wall Street Journal article. I'm not saying
I'm sorry. Do I agree with the Wall Street Journal?
Yes, and the information they released that said you botched this probe.
I think I've dealt with the Hunter Biden investigation in the way I've told this.
Mr. Chairman, I yield my remaining time to you.